For the Edinburgh Art Festival this year, Robert Montgomery has chosen some fiery words to light up the city centre.
Well, I'm a Scottish artist who lives in London. I went to art college in Edinburgh College of Art. So I've come back to make my piece for the Edinburgh Art Festival, and it's a sort of bit of a homecoming piece for me. It's what I call a fire poem, and it's on the mound. And a fire poem is simply a sculpture made in oak that has a text, a very short poem that I set fire to at dusk on Thursday, on the 1st of August. And the text says, "Rather the rain on the window of the castle than the castle itself. Rather the flight of the bird, rather burned than captured." It's a poem about choosing freedom over power, choosing the freedom of escape over the power of the castle. If anything, for me, the piece is about the sort of the rebellious attitude of the Scottish people, I think. I was thinking a lot about my grandfather, who was a West Lothian miner, and thinking of that tradition of the West Lothian miners and their kind of resistance to being told what to do too much. I love that idea of poetry as activism. I love that idea of poetry having an urgent purpose to sort of create social and political change. And I do agree with the idea of an avant-garde art practice that is engaged with questions of politics and society. I really like, obviously, that ceremonial, almost like echoes of paganism aspect to fire. They're very of the land and of deep tradition, and they hold significances that we probably only remember in our subconscious. Giedebor talks about the spectacle, and he talks about separation from the things that we make in the land that we live on that happens in sort of late 20th century capitalism. And certainly for me, making a simple poem in an oak frame and setting fire to it feels like I reconnect more with the land and the traditions of the land and its deep history than just getting a taxi home and going on Facebook. Lucy is from Sussex, my girlfriend, and her mother lives very close to Lewis. And 4 years ago, for the first time, I went to the Lewis bonfire night on November 5th, which fascinated me because I feel as though it's recognised that its fire ceremony is part of sort of Celtic culture, but I really got a wonderful sense of like this ancient wild pagan England in the Lewis one. So these were actually conversely inspired by going to an English one. Just how excited I am to be back in Edinburgh, really, and how much I'm looking forward to seeing my old friends from art college and my old tutors who I hope are coming. They better come. But actually, how nice it's been working with Sorcha Carey, director of the Edinburgh Art Festival, who's been a great curator of this piece and who's kind of been very, very open from the beginning to what we wanted to do and guided it in what I think is a really good way.
For more information, please go to www.edinburghartfestival.com. This is Trystan Davis for the Edinburgh Reporter.